Welcome to the Brother News Desk. This week we travel to Barberton in Mpumalanga, where the country's top enduro and motocross riders are preparing for battle in the time freight SuperEnduro. This has become an annual event and a good place to have enduro racing, and thanks to the local farmers who've put up their land and let us come out here and play with our motorbikes. A surprise entry is lady rider Tony Jardine, who will be heading overseas shortly.
I'm just here for training because I'm going to Europe on Monday to race the first round of the World Enduro Championship. But I'm hoping to win the ladies class. The ladies it's joined with the vets and the green guys, so I'm hoping to win it.
Local rider Terence Hyde looks like he might have chosen the wrong bike for today's event. Anyway, one of the top contenders will be Ross Branch, all the way from Botswana.
I'm glad I made the trip out from Botswana to come and ride today. There's going to be a lot of competition, but I'm looking forward to it. You know, it's going to be fun. Our whole team is here. We're all in good spirits, having a good time. So the brother KTM guys are in full force, so it's going to be awesome fun.
Let's support this series and encourage more guys, obviously, as the series carries on through the year, for this to grow bigger and bigger. Absolutely fantastic circuit laid out here, so I think round of applause for the guys who put it all together. Firstly, just to all the guys who made a huge effort to get here from far away. I know some of the Tel boys, Joburg boys, thanks for supporting us again. I really appreciate it. And Terence and David from Hyde, you guys have done a fantastic job. Taryn, as always, a stalwart getting everything together. So thanks, guys. Without them, nothing happens.
Well, the Lowveld Enduro Club, I'd like to thank all their sponsors, Time Freight and of course Hyde Products, who make all the guards for the motorcycles. We're going to start off with the pro class, then there's going to be a vets, masters, ladies and beginners class, and then we're going to have an intermediate class, finishing off the day with the pros. We're on the line here with Ross Branch. This is for the professional riders class, and they're going to be racing for 20 minutes around this tough track, a combination of motocross and SuperEnduro. Look out for Blake Goodsight on E8 with his Sherco. And there'll be under a lot of pressure from the brother KTM team. We've got all their factory riders here today. The flag gets dropped and down to the first turn they go. Straight away, it does look like Blake Goodsight has got the whole shot. Ooh, we've got a crash at the back of the field there. It looks like bike number 10, that is Lo Schmidt, picking up his KTM and getting involved with that, as well as Tyrone Miller on 20, back on board with Ross Branch. And you can see what it's like in the SuperEnduro section. And this is where Blake Goodsight really will feature, because Ross himself is a motocross rider, not so much of an enduro rider. And this is where Blake is going to try and pin it and get away from the brother KTM. You see the rest of the riders coming through the very, very difficult section of the track. Oh, straight away we've got another faller. This time around it is Tyrone Miller. He's been passed by the earlier crasher, that's Lo Schmidt. So these guys are finding it very difficult as they come out into the open section of the track. Now this is proper enduro stroke motocross. You can see from Ross Branch's handlebars, he is motoring on, trying to chase down that man on the 300 Sherco, Blake Goodsight. Tricky bridge crossing here. Those tyres get very slippery later on in the race. They'll have to be very careful of that. Back on board with Ross, and he is winding his way through the bush. Look at the speed of that KTM as he takes a handful. That is, yes, Yamaha's Dallin Hall. He's having a good run as well as he gets out of the gate very quickly with that Yamaha. Good ride from him. Lawrence Mahoney, national off-road champion, arrives, and he's closely followed by Moritz Meiring. It's going to be a tremendous ride on 69. And that's Reinhard Ferreira. Bouncing over those tyres. Ooh, almost getting out of shape there. Blake Goodsight coming back towards the SuperEnduro section of the course. This could be quite interesting. It's very muddy down here. Nothing holding him up. Now Ross Branch is closing up on Blake Goodsight. KTM versus Sherco. What can Ross do? Now this should suit Ross Branch a little bit more because it's motocross type of section. And look as he bounces over those rocks. And Goodsight makes a mistake. Ross Branch is right on him. This is ever so close. And look at the obstacles they have to go over. It looks like Branch has got a better line, and he comes up on the long side. Blake Goodsight, but Blake does manage to go hold the tight line into the left-hander through time freight, back on board with Ross. He's got a big jump coming over these tyres. Goodsight just gets away through that section. Lawrence Mahoney close. He's followed by his teammate Scott Bouverie. Bouverie struggling just a little bit through the tyre section on bike number 771. Good through the rocks though. Blake Goodsight comes out of the SuperEnduro section and heading back into the woods of this race. Ross Branch just losing a little bit of time there on 111. The brother KTM, a bit of a handful over those stutter bumps. Gallon Hall arrives. Moritz Mehring. Brendan Sonnefeld on 72. And a bomb there for Renaud Ferreira. That's his bike up and over. That's a big Yamaha 450. Amazing how those rocks can catch out so many riders. Oh, and down he goes. That's Jonathan van Wyk. Right behind him, Tyron Miller, Ross Blackwell, and Lo Schmidt. They're all getting held up by this lot. Very difficult section. Blackwood sight. Through the time freight tyre bridge. That's not Ross. Ross Branch, there he is. It's amongst the lappers already. So Ross Branch will now be held up in the forest section because it's single track here. He's asking to get past. Please, I've got to chase down Blake Goodside, and thanks for that. Now we'll be heading back down towards the dam. And Ross is getting every extra bit of horsepower that he can out of the KTM to chase down Blake Goodside, but it's not going to be so easy. He's hoping as they head back towards the Enduro section, he's going to catch up. Now, right in the dam there, by the way, just over on the right-hand side, apparently there's a crocodile. So you don't want to fall off, chewed up by a crocodile. Goodside looks like he's got a good lead now over Ross Branch. Ross looking over his shoulder to see who's behind him. And it's Scott Bouverie on the other brother, KTM. Very slippery there. Behind him it should be Lawrence Mahoney, the South African off-road champion. Having a tremendous year. Back down towards the finish though. We're looking for Black Goodside. Yes, over the tyres he goes. Checking out on the opposition. A bit of a lead now. Checkers do come out for Black Goodside on the Sherco. Ross Branch, yes, he will pick up second position. Looks over his shoulder to see where his teammate is, Scott Bouverie. Just a few seconds behind.
Yeah, man, that was awesome. Got a good start, got up about ahead and just controlled it from there. So happy. My Sherco 300 was hauling, no mistakes.
You know, the Enduro guys have got so much skill on this kind of stuff, it's amazing. You know, they go so fast through the things that I could never even try to go fast through. So to keep up with them was really good. But the Pick n Pay Botswana brother KTM team was awesome. You know, we're such a good team and everything's working well this year. I'm so privileged and proud to be on their team. So from my side, it was an amazing event.
It is a great event. Well done to the Lowveld Enduro Club, who've once again put together a top-class race. Vets, Masters, Ladies, Juniors. That's what we're looking at the moment. Hands on the head, flag drops, and away they go. Oh, and it's Tony Jardine. She's straight away gone out front on the Roos KTM. Behind her, it looks like Chandra Extian in second place. Now, they're not going to be as fast as the pro riders. Well, don't tell that to Tony Jardine. She's trying ever so hard. Ooh, bounces away through that log section of the race. C737 is Jack Brotherton, local man. And he's got a big challenge going on with that bike there, 587. That is Terence Hyde, who's riding a KTM freeride. Now, I'm not sure if that's the right sort of bike for this. Terence does seem to be enjoying it. Natasha Regani goes through, the second of the ladies riders. And down goes Dean Pienaar on C498. Picks up his Kawasaki. Oof, this is going to be a long day. Tony Jardine. She is really in control of this race straight away as they head into the Enduro section. It's going to be pretty tricky down there though. Jack Brotherton arrives. Looking over his shoulder is Terence Hyde. His big mate is right behind him. This is going to be interesting. Chandra Extian goes through, followed by Natasha Regani. The Regani family, quite well known in quad racing circles, have made a good transition though to off-road racing. Tony Jardine looks out for the crocodile. Through the little mud section there. Hit that at pace. Into the motocross section. Ooh, and it does look like Terence Hyde has got ahead of Jack Brotherton. So the challenge is on. Ooh, calm and collected there from Jack. Chandra Extian, Callum McCauley, Pete Kruger. That's the running order in this class. Tony Jardine through the rocky section. Many of the riders getting stuck here today. Well done to Tony. Terence Hyde arrives, with Jack Brotherton breathing down his neck. This is where the free ride should be good. Trials rear tyre not gripping. Jack saying, come on mate, the rest of the pack are catching us. Bit of a giggle going on there. Barberton, can he get through the section? Yes he does. This is Chandra Extian, going to push his bike through the rocks. Ooh, somebody taking the tiger line through the bushes there, then back out. Oh, and it does look like Natasha Regani is taking a tumble, just losing the front end there on that adverse camber. Hope she's okay. Barberton and Hyde, it's as close as that. These are good friends. Well, they used to be. Oh, and Jack Barberton, spot a bother there. Just hitting a rock. Terence, and he's gone down as well. Jack will be hating life. Looking for Tony Jardine. She's on her last lap of this race. Yes, she is. Fantastic ride from the young lady. Taking part in the World Enduro Championships in the ladies' classes, of course. Suitably flagged. Well done to Tony on that one. Now, who's going to win this challenge between Terence Hyde and Jack Barberton? Terence looks exhausted, to say the least. Where's his mate? Not even in sight. Terence Hyde has won this one. And the KTM free ride has proved itself around this track. Jack Barberton does arrive.
Oh boy, too quick for me. Good race, though. Beautiful track. Yeah. Well done, Terence. Fantastic.
Good track, lovely. Racing with Jack, fun. All good.
Next up, intermediate class. Does look like Rudy Cavina gets the whole shot. So the bike you want here is light, nimble, good suspension over the rocks. Yes, it is Cavina out front. Denzel Lowry goes through on C906. Some of the riders getting caught out there. Michael Lacrangi. Behind him, somebody else crashing as well. Pete Buda goes through. Johan Ackerman. Log section still catching out riders. You see Nico Haynes on C761 bashing handlebars as well. Yes, here comes the deep Donga. How will the intermediates handle this one? Well, bike number 79, we can't tell you who he is because he's not in the program. Denzel Lowry goes through. Closely followed by Rudy Millet. Michael Lacrangi, he's made up a lot of time from a first lap mistake. Peter Buerta. As they come back down towards the dam section, Rudy Millet, Denzel Lowry, they're having a huge dice. Through the motocross section, some of the pros said they were going to double that. Well, when they were told about the crocodile, that didn't happen. Different lines for some of these riders. Stefan Rottenbach goes through there. It does look like Denzel Lowry has got the lead there on 906 over that rocky section. Through the poles, a couple of stutter bumps, and then back out into the bush. Rudy Millet just behind him. Dave Taylor, Michael Lacrangi, Peter Buerta, and Johan Ackerman at CF13. Traffic jam as they head out onto the Enduro Hangman's Alley. 79. Taking it rather easy now. And this is Michael Lacrangi. He's made up an enormous amount of time on C179. The combination of motocross and enduro cross really does appeal to these riders. Speaking to some of them doing practices, they love it. Rudy Millet. Nice tight section of the track. Denzel Lowry just behind him. Coming down towards the checkers, and Michael Lacrangi has hit the front. What a fantastic ride from him in the intermediate class. This is the pro class final. It's for 10,000 Rand for the overall winner of this class. And straight away, just trying to see from the helicopter shot, it does look like Blake Goodsight once again. But Lawrence Mahoney is right on his tail, as is Scott Bouverie. And Ross Branch is knocked off the side of that jump. So Ross Branch, bad start from him. Mahoney out front, closely followed by Blake Goodsight. It does look like the wood pile is catching out a number of riders again. The word on the ground is Ross Branch has got a terrible start. And this is what awaits them. It's called On the Rocks. I wonder why. Lawrence Mahoney's leading. He's gone off to the right-hand side. He's going through the bush. Blake Goodsight goes through the rocky section. And that is Ross Branch. He's picked up a bit of time now. Oh, scratching the exhaust pipe on the rocks as he goes through there. Johan Skoltz arrives. Good line from him. And Lawrence Mahoney's brother KTM is leading this race, closely followed by Blake Goodside. Oh, and he gets splashed through the mud section, over the motocross section, no doubling for them. Now, this is getting really tricky, very slippery. And Blake Goodside, how is that? Straight past Mahoney, that is unbelievable. On the rocks, still battling with some of the riders to go through there, the pro class lads. 69 is Moritz Meiring. Now, I remember him as a junior riding on a 65cc off-road bike. Scott Bouverie. Oh, he's got that thing stuck properly. Out of On the Rocks. We are back with our leaders. It's as tight as that. Blake Goodside. He's out front with the Sherco. Lawrence Mahoney in amongst the lappers. Lost a few seconds now on Blake. Under the rocky turn he goes, and there's Scott Bouverie next up. Brother KTM lads putting up a good showing here today. Well experienced is Scott Bouverie. Ross Branch, a spot of bother for him. Moritz Meiring just behind him on 69 as Ross encounters more rocks on the way. Luckily they're running mousses instead of tubes in those tyres. Mousses means solid tubes. Yes, there's Moritz Meiring on 69 putting in a good ride this time around with his KTM. And that's DJ Hatang. I think he's a lap down at the moment, is DJ. Looking for our leader, here he comes. Over the Time Freight Bridge, it'll be Blake Goodside. Right behind him, Mahoney, Lawrence Mahoney, Ross Branch, losing out on a bit of prize money now on 111. Gallon Hall, what a ride from this youngster. The RBS Yamaha performing well. Scott Bouverie on 771. And all the traction he can. Final stages of this Time Freight Super Enduro, and Blake Goodside picks up a double for the day. 10,000 Rand in his pocket. Lawrence Mahoney, a couple of seconds behind him. Let's catch up with Lawrence at the end of the race.
It's good to have even motocross riders here. You know, Ross Branch came out and did the race, so I think this is something to look at for the future. It's very good for spectators and good value for sponsors. So I'm looking forward to doing more of these, and I'm definitely going to have to change my training.
Yeah, man, that was so good. I again got a good start, and I had lots of pressure by Lawrence, and I just rode my own race and rode smooth. And once again, my Sherco 300 was amazing. I had no faults, no problems, and what a good day. Thanks to all my sponsors.